Do you think the world is getting better or worse?
It's better. It's perfect.
Why?
Because McClendon's.
Say that again.
The last name McClendon.
Is that your last name?
Yeah.
Oh, you know, it's a complicated question because some spheres are getting better, some development things, and some things getting worse because we now face this war in Ukraine, which is very hard and complicated moment, and I'm personally very sorry for it, and life of a million people changes. And we have another disaster things in the world, so it's complicated to say generally whether the world is getting better or not better.
Worse.
Why?
I think the woke thing is taken over now and we're starting to self-destruct a little bit. I guess the world was at its best for me around the time of the millennium. And since then, it's kind of the regulation, all the sort of accusations of hatred towards each other, particularly in the last few years. I think things are getting bad. What's happening in Russia at the moment isn't great, and that's a threat to the world. But I don't think things are as good as they have been in the past, put it that way.
I think it's the same. Technology changes, but the people are not changing.
I think that all depends on how much social media you look into. To be honest, I mean, statistically, we're going better. Medicine's better. Believe it or not, rights for women are better. They can vote. The pay gap is slowly reducing. I mean, I'll get a lot of pushback on that, I know.
It's different for some people, but I think if you look for the positive, I think everything will be positive.
I think it depends who you ask. I don't think it's getting worse.
You think it's getting better?
I think it's the same.
Why?
I think that we, I don't know, I feel like human beings, we're always up to something, and there's always good in us and there's always bad in us, and I just think we're the same. I don't know.
Кто спросил еще раз? Мир становится хуже или лучше? Как будет хуже? Worse. I think worse.
Why?
People become more angry. Yeah, there are a lot of like bad feelings and emotions in the air. People are trying to move upwards on the heads of another people. So it's like, I want to be successful, as your previous question, and for my success, I don't want to go up another head. But a lot of people, like 80% or 90% people, would do it. And it's scary, I'm terrified of it, because like you see people on the street and he would like kill you for like a sum of money, probably. I don't speak about all people, because as you know, in every nation and every country there are a lot of bad people, there are a lot of good people. But sometimes you can be really terrified of what people think inside their heads. And nowadays it's all about money, about fame, about success, and that's why I guess that world becomes worse.
I think the world is the world, and then like there's just more media, and probably it's always been the same, in my opinion.
Why do you say that?
Because like I think there's examples. It was either Plato or Socrates talking about like, yeah, the youth today is out of control, and like surely this is the end of times. And it seems that like, you know, such is not a to think that is not to think such is not like a condition of the times. It's just a condition of like man. I think we're probably actually like always the same level of chaotic. Like maybe better, worse some things, but like I think
better.
Why?
Because I have confidence in the humanity to fix issues. So of course there's issues, but I think it's getting better. No matter what we hear.
Worse.
Why?
It's getting worse because I don't know. There's the ecologic way, the economic way, the how can I say that? Like the hunger in the world, poverty, all that kind of stuff.
The world can getting better or maybe no, but every day have a lot of problem and every day have a good thing also. You never know, because if you talk about the human person, they have two way, or bad and good, you know. And our world in this moment now, I think it's like a black and white.
I think it's getting worse.
Why?
Look at around, it's a lot of trash coming from the sea. That's the biggest problem in our world.
Environmental issues?
Yeah.
The world just what it is. I don't know how it was like 200 years ago, so I can't tell for sure, but yeah, doesn't seem like it's a better place to live. Well, see, but I still believe in people. Yeah, I really do. Always will be, because at the end, the people can make the difference. And yeah, I still believe in that. Yeah.
I think in general, marginally, the world is getting better. Okay, there are, you know, technology creates so many opportunities for people, and I think it's a great leveler. In the old days, if you were born poor, if you were born disadvantaged, if you were born in the wrong place, that was pretty much it for the rest of your life. Nowadays, the opportunities for people to define their lives and make their lives what they want to be and what brings them happiness, I think that's a lot more possible due to technology.
Very difficult questions. I don't know, because some things it's really bad. I see it, but some things I think it's wrong, because but everything change. Our world must change. Difficult question. I don't know.
It depends on what we are looking for. Generally, we are developing. Still, we are losing some things in between. But yeah, I try to be optimistic about where we are going.
What do you mean by developing?
Developing, like changing, like progressing. Although not every time in the right direction, but hopefully the general outcome will be good.
Worse.
Seriously?
Why?
Oh, many reasons. Just current events and increasing costs and increasing people.
For me, I think I need to call the famous saying, this is the best time and this is also the worst time from Dickens. So different people have different view, just living your life, living the moment of yours.
I would say it's getting worse.
Why?
I mean, it just depends on what your belief is. I believe in I'm a Christian. I believe in the Bible, and a lot of the stuff that's happening, you know, a lot of demonic stuff's happening throughout the world, and a lot of it's been prophesied. And you know, I would definitely say it's getting worse.
Yeah.
But I don't think there's reason to lose hope, though.
Why is that?
Because at the end of the day, you still got to get up, you still got to grind, you still got to, you know, you still got to pull yourself up by your bootstraps. You know, in America, obviously we're not in America. We're guaranteed life and liberty in the pursuit of happiness. The pursuit is the journey. It's not guaranteed. You got to go out and get it regardless. It doesn't matter who's in office. It doesn't matter who's president. It doesn't matter. You still got to get up and grind. That's it. It doesn't matter if it's getting worse. You're still responsible for yourself.
I think
depend what you think or depend what you enjoy your life. It's not matter. If you think it's good, I think it's gonna be good. Like that for me.
I think nowadays it's getting worse.
Why not?
Why?
A lot of problems, like how to say it, like big problems, worldwide problems like COVID, global warming, war, something. Bad things happens for these 2 years. A lot of bad things. Yeah. But we hope it's getting better soon.
Worse, of course.
Why?
Oh, strange question. You know, in my country I can go to prison if I ask you. Really?
I understand.